Omia tomate no mokarato itai matar koroto shiapa. Yamato ni akarato moete hoimia la torokoto shia. Moya tomorakoroto sho yama tomarakarate oshia brotomaya lomratomoya takaratomoshato. Greetings and blessings to each and every one of you. I am the Ancient One. I come to you today to speak to you in your reality about 2020 and the decade that is about to begin for you all. To give you some indication of 2019 as well. Very shortly now, this one will be doing a channeling that will bring forth very special activation. And then he will be doing that again in your reality, the 31st of December. He does not know about that as of yet. He will find out soon enough, as will you all. The time comes when choices are required to be made. 2019 has been a year of choices. Amongst you, how many of you have felt the urge and the desire to move, end relationships, end friendships, change jobs, change how you did things, changed how you live, whatever? Many of you are going through this. Even this one with Janice, they moved countries, they moved cities. Listening to the guidance, listening to the inner promptings. How many of you have discovered that this year time has been skewed? In a way it has. I'm here to tell you why. You see, what you need to understand and realize, and this is vitally important, 2019 in your reality has been a year of choice. What are you going to choose? Now, just recently you were told by Al Sharon that from 10 p.m. on the 31st of December, wherever you are, to 2 a.m., New Year's Day, is a gateway of choice. Many of you have said, who have heard this, I do not understand what I am choosing. You are choosing you. You are choosing to live the extraordinary for the remainder of your time here. You are choosing to step forward to accomplish something amazing. Many things has occurred, and I will put these into perspective as far as the dates go for your mental bodies here. In 1987, the humanity of Earth made a choice to evolve. In June 21st, 1989, a cycle started. The midway point of that cycle was the 21st of December, 2012. One of two things would have occurred on that date. Either, number one, all life on this planet would no longer be here, or two, you would be assured that that the humanity of Earth, or the native human population, was going to go towards evolution. In 2015, phase 1 of Project Earth completed. You are in phase 2. The current cycle will complete on the 21st of December, 2034. And on that date, there will absolutely be nothing anyone can do to prevent the successful completion of this project. And so what is happening now? A separation. There are approximately 15 to 20% of the human population on this planet are starseed. So 80 to 85% of the population is native humans, or humanity of Earth. But of that 15 to 20% that are starseed, it is time to do a separation. Those who are ready to move forward, go to that next level in this project, and those who will be left behind. And when you look and when you gaze out amongst those with this form of belief, the spirituality, metaphysical, new age, whatever phraseology you use, you won't be able to gauge their choice. You will simply know it for yourself and how things work. 2020, in many ways, it is a new beginning. In order to achieve what you need to achieve here, you need to stop thinking in terms of simply third dimensional and start also considering the larger picture. Things happen step by step, moment by moment. We do not rush things. We have been preparing for what is happening right now in your terminology, in your time frame, for hundreds of thousands of years and longer. We take our time, step by step. You don't have hundreds of thousands of years, so for you, of course, it will move a little bit quicker. But you have to trust what your heart is telling you and your discernment. And this is why those like El Sharon beat that drum over and over again. For you, you may go, oh, I'm so tired of hearing that, but do you live it every day? And if you do not, that would give you an answer as to why it is brought up so often. The decade of the 20s will see many things happen. Technology is going to jump. Revelations will jump. Things will come out, all in divine time, all with one design in motion, and in meaning, and in heart. And what you need to understand is what is going to be happening. It is not directly related to your particular incarnation for you to go overseas or for you to have a new car. If you want these things, then create that, do that. Each one of you have the ability to create anything you wish to create. Do you have what it takes in order to achieve that? The answer is yes, but will you actually do it? We shall see. But everything that's going to be transpiring is for the future. It's actually for phase 3, which will be the age of awareness. So I'm going to be giving you a warning. And this you need to adhere to very, very well. If you choose to go through this doorway during this gateway of choice, it is once and for all. You go through, the door will close and disappear, and you will never see it again. But if you don't follow your heart and guidance and trust in your discernment with what resonates, you can find yourself having more issues than not. It is possible that in 5 years, technology will grow exponentially. There is great potential in new devices, in the continuation of moving away from items and products that are no longer required. There will be more healing happening on the planet. And when I say healing, for you, you would say disruption, natural disasters. Sometimes I sit back and I watch here. I see all these people going on about global warming. Without the understanding that Gaia, Mother Earth, Papatuanuku, whatever you want to use, whatever word you want to use, she knows very well what she is doing. And it doesn't matter what man does, she will counterbalance it. Because what you don't understand is this. There are those of light. There are those of darkness. And invariably, from time to time, they test each other in battle. They test each other to see if one can overcome the other. Being in charge, being the lead, wiping the other out because they think it is the right thing to do. Look at your television and your movies. It is the good versus the bad. the good versus the evil, and the good must prevail and destroy the evil. But you look at the human, whether they are the humanity of Earth or a starseed, they have the ability to do incredible goodness and incredible evil as well. I can assure you, I know of those of light workers, who have acted worse than some of darkness, all in the name of light, God, Source. I am not asking you to change who you are or how you are, but always keep in the back of your head that what I focus on is not the light nor the darkness. I focus on the balance. You don't allow one side to overtake another. You let it go for as long as it can, in the hopes that one day, one time, one moment, they will learn. And then you do something to bring things more into balance. What you need to understand is this: you look at your life, your job, your relationship, your car, your pet, your children. This is your reality. And only when it is convenient, or when you allow yourself, do you ponder the fact that you're a starseed. Without actually realizing and understanding a simple truth. If you focus on the fact that you're a starseed and how you can more easily integrate that aspect into your physical life here, you will actually find that your physical life here won't be quite as daunting or difficult. You see, on this world, those who are young are feeling tremendous pressure. Those who are around the age of this one many times have confusion, because all of a sudden the way children are being raised today, completely different to how they were raised. He never wore a bike helmet when he rode a bike. Never even thought of it. One example. This world is going through a growing pains. And as starseed, it's important for you to recognize this. And you begin to recognize this when you begin to understand you are not a human first and a starseed second. You're a starseed first and a human second, because you have volunteered to be here as a starseed. You're not here to personally evolve and ascend. You're not here to go to school and learn lessons. In this incarnation, you are awakening. Your job is simple: to remember. It takes time to remember. You have to get out of your own way. You have to stop thinking you have all the answers consciously. You have to be willing to accept the reality that you are an ascended master of Earth. not to teach the humanity of Earth and spirituality, quantumness, the fifth dimension. No. You're here to demonstrate as a living example how to live your life. You do this by the way you treat yourself, by the way you love yourself, respect yourself, all sorts of things like this. 2020 is going to be an opportunity for a new beginning for many of you. How will you approach that? How will you look at that? It is something you will have to ask yourself, because you have to understand we can't do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. There are many people out there who will work night and day to try and convince you of their truth, of their reality, whatever it may be. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to accept it. You do not have to move into fear. If you stay within love and in your heart, you're following your heart and guidance, your discernment, then you will know for certain one thing. You will walk the path you're here to walk. It is up to you. I don't care what you answer. I don't care what you choose. Because for pretty much all of you, when this incarnation finishes, you'll be going home. My advice is very simple. Make the remaining time that you are here on this planet as an ascended master of Earth, as a starseed, the very finest and the best that you can. For if you do this, the difference you make will be extraordinary. You see, you don't know what's coming for this world, but we do. You don't need to know, because when phase 3 starts, you will be gone. Secure in the knowledge that you did what you came here to do. So you have 15 days to make a choice. You have 15 days to choose how you're going to walk this world. This gateway of choice happens once. If you decide not to walk through, there are many who are planning on not walking through. They will continue doing what they are doing. For some, it won't be a big deal. For others, because of what they are doing, they will lose everything. and their lives will be destroyed. Not by us, but by the choices that they make. You must understand this incarnation, this journey on this planet. This is a place of complete free will choice. You choose. It is your incarnation, your life. We can sit here and speak until we are blue in the face about following your heart and guidance, about trusting in your heart, about trusting your discernment. We can tell you all of these things. This one can tell you the 5 keys to walking a spiritual life. He can do channelings, he can do whatever. Doesn't matter. Because the only person he can choose for control is the same person that you can choose for control, himself. Can't do it for anyone else. Neither can you. So how you choose to live your life, how you choose to interact, it's up to you. You walk through this gateway of choice or not. It's your choice. We do not judge you or criticize you for your choices. So I will leave you with one more little tidbit. You'll enjoy this. So before I do, if you have a question for me, the Ancient One, feel free to type in your question and we will answer questions for a while. You are here as a starseed in service to this planet, in service to the humanity of Earth and its evolution and ascension. You are also in service to this universe, because with the successful completion of this project, this universe will evolve as well. And we'll start a process that once finished will create an evolution in this entire multiverse of 9 universes. I know what happens after that, but that is not for here or now. So whether you decide to walk through the gateway of choice or not, Spirit will ensure that whatever happens will happen to benefit this world. And that is whether your personal perception is good or bad. Be aware. Now, let us see if we have questions. If we have those who are curious. Laws Mitchell. Silly question. Not really. There are no silly or stupid questions. Does being from the angelic realm make you a starseed? If you are incarnated on this planet and your soul does not originate from this planet, you are a starseed. Deborah, you say you worry about your son and perhaps you need to stop. Let me put it to you in this manner. He is your son. While he is alive on this planet, even if you are not connected on the other side in this incarnation, he is your son. Of course you will worry about him. What you have to remember is this. It is his path. Each person must walk their own path. You can't walk his path for him. You can love and support. You can guide if he accepts. You cannot prevent or stop him from doing whatever he's going to do. He has to walk his own path, and that goes for everyone. Follow your heart. Kevin, Gaia is actually inside the core of the world, yes? Yes and no. The planet itself is a living consciousness. There isn't a woman living in the middle of the earth going, I am Gaia. That is not the case. Gaia looks after this planet. When the human form evolved on this planet, it was Gaia. It was the planet itself who sent out the signal, which got the High Council of the God Star to come here to make the determination the humanity of Earth, given the opportunity and the means, could evolve. People say, you're killing the planet. They do not understand the planet. You can bring harm to something, but the only way you can destroy it is if it allows it to be destroyed. Remember that. Laws. You're wanting to know if what you have gone through in the last few weeks is a lesson or not. It's more along the lines of a clearing and a balancing of energies, more than a lesson. However, within that, there are things to remember as well. Gretchen, the only way you can walk through the gateway of choice is through the heart. Heather, you are wanting me to elaborate on how I personally think your specific starseed mission is currently going. Number one, I do not sit on the High Council of the God Star. My focus is not just on this planet, but on other places as well. You have no idea how much is actually going on the other side of the veil. I am not familiar with your specific and personal journey on this planet, so I could not comment. However, if you would like to know how you are going, my high recommendation would be to ask the one place that has the correct answer for your question. That would be your heart. Interesting. Tui Milner. All our efforts to follow our path to help as many as we can as healers, to heal the humanity that affects our whenua, we are working as hard as we can to awaken as many as we can to help make this change. Will all this be for nothing? Please understand this, Tui, because I'm going to direct this not only to you, but to everyone who listens to this transmission. The number of starseed needed to awaken has already been achieved. As a healer, your job is not to awaken. Your job as a healer is to clear. The healers today, what they need to begin to understand at a very deep level, it's very simple. Your mission now is in assisting the starseeds to clear what they need to clear, which is assisting them in preparing for their return home. I can assure you, your efforts have not been for nothing. There are things we cannot go into. There are things you will not know. But we have taken steps to ensure and to make sure this project is successful. Please understand something. It is true. You being here is a sacrifice. The things you experience and go through sometimes can be a sacrifice. But please understand very clearly and very carefully that we, and this includes the High Council of the God Star, have made a number of sacrifices for this planet, for this project, and for each and every one of you. Do not forget that. Wendy, I would suggest that you listen to the transmission from Al Sharon, the last one. He can explain what the gateway of choice is. Amanda Sears, why is money not flowing for me? I will tell you, and we cannot do things you have to do, but I will give you a clue. You need to step back from doing things because you think that's the way they should be done, and start doing things that resonate deepest within your heart, not because of what other people think it should be or how they say it should be, but in a reality of things. It is very important to remember there is more going on here than meets the eye. And sometimes there is nothing wrong with choosing yourself. By the way, that is a clue. Christine Farnham, you are feeling confused. On where your business is going. You've implemented so much change. In my opinion, you've implemented too much change. My suggestion is this, that you step back from when you are involved in a situation, sometimes you get blinded and you cannot see the bigger picture. You need to step back so that you can see the larger picture. You must learn to keep it simple, not overcomplicate it. That is very important. Sammy, you have a new grandson who is due today, was Christmas Day, but they decided to bring him early. Is there anything about him you can tell me, who he was, special gifts, etc.? And will his dad ever be a responsible parent? I cannot tell you whether his father will be a responsible parent. Perhaps. There again, it is his choice. I generally do not look at individual and people per se. I am more geared around the bigger picture. However, I will tell you this. The one thing I will tell you about your grandson is this. He is a starseed, and he will be a handful. Samantha, is the choice between dark or light? No. If you are a light worker, if you go through this gateway of choice, you're not going to come out the other side as a dark worker, or vice versa. It has nothing to do with light or dark. It has to do with the remaining part of your journey as a starseed on this planet. That is what it has to do with. Remember, as with many things, Spirit only tells you there's a choice. They don't go into all of the little details. That just complicates and muddies the situation. Lorianne, the only message that I could have for you is to trust your heart more. Tracy, I can assure you that you personally are not Gaia. Gaia is the planet itself. How do you know that you are a starseed? Well, number one, you are here listening to this transmission. That is a good indication that you are a starseed. But the best thing to do is ask your heart, am I a starseed? Feel the answer. Is it yes or is it no? And if you're not sure, ask yourself why you would come to a transmission like this if you were not a starseed. Deb Flanagan, the answer for you is very simple. Timing. Don't stop. Keep moving forward. Everyone is looking for a personal little message. Do you have anything for me? Follow your heart. That is your message for each and every one of you. Laura Camp, who am I in this plan? You are a starseed. Here is a living example. When you are ready, when you have focused on releasing your expectations and releasing the things that no longer serve you, and you can be open to the potentials and possibilities, then more of the information that you require will flow in. One thing that I will tell you, you are much, much more than you think. Sandra Baca, you are curious about healing modalities. I would say you choose that which truly resonates within you. Don't do a healing modality simply because everyone else does it or whatever the case may be, or because you haven't heard of it before. Personally, I like the one he teaches only because it is specifically designed to clear and to help star seeds release the things to prepare them to go home. My whole thing is I am ready to see the star seeds who have been here throughout this entire grand cycle return to who they truly are in true reality, not here. So you have to go with what resonates deepest within your own heart. Wendy, healer is to clear, therefore a teacher in 3D is to guide. Interesting question. Wendy, those I have loved here in this incarnation, will you see them again before you return to your own planet where you come from? It depends. Not necessarily, but it is possible, and there's always that potential, but it depends upon choices, because you must understand something. The way you view something as Wendy Howe incarnated on this planet may not be the same way that you will view it when you leave this incarnation. So it just depends. Katie, a lot of emotion has been coming up. How do you proceed? You release the emotion, you release what is coming up. You forgive, you release, you do what you need to, and then you move forward. You always move forward. Laws? not far, but there are still choices to make. Tui Milner, I have an assignment for you. Do what resonates, do what you need to do your healings, your clearings of people, things like this. But I also want you to start focusing more on honoring yourself, on loving yourself. That is what I would like you to do. Hal Kirby, trust yourself more. I apologize, but we're going to have to stop there. I know there are a few more questions, but my time has come to an end. Please understand, this is your opportunity to live the life you wish to live. You will be of service no matter what. That does not mean that you have to sacrifice everything that you are. I am the Ancient One. Much love and many blessings to each of you. Omia karatamota ratomo shotalai torokototolo pratomote. Iamoto karototola pratomoyata kilateya tarata shonia keratomo shete keratomota.